All right, so we're looking at lesson 67 today. We're looking at radical denominators. We talked about rationalizing the denominator sum yesterday. Do y'all remember that? How do you rationalize the denominator? Over itself. So, the radical multiply the whole fraction by the radical on top and on bottom. But now we're going to be looking at radical denominators, so it's a little bit different. So hopefully you'll understand radical denominators after today. When you have a pair of two-part expressions, well, what is a two-part expression? Okay, what would be an example of an expression with two parts? No. No, expressions don't have equal signs. No, those are inequalities. What is an expression then? A term. Okay, so what would be a two-part expression? Two terms. So what would be an example? That's still one term. AB plus C. Okay. We'll work with that one. So that's our two-part expression. We're going to have a pair of two-part expressions, and they are called conjugates when they are the exact same in all respects except for the sign in the middle. So what is the sign in between the AB plus C? So if it's not going to be a plus, what would it have to be? A minus. Those are called conjugates of each other. Because the only difference is the thing in between the terms. Y'all with me? So, don't say it out loud, but try and think about what the conjugate of negative 4 minus the square root of 3 would be. All right, what do y'all think it would be? Good. Do y'all see how that works? All right, so I want someone to come write what the conjugate would be for this one. They are conjugates of each other. Okay? Let's look at another one. Do you agree with Lydia? Yes, ma'am. All right. Mackenzie, you want to do the next one? Oh my God. All right. Let's try the conjugate of A minus B. Who wants to try that one? All right. Last one, Anna. But I had to do NECA's because she's not here. All right, so it seems like you'll have what a conjugate is. Any questions on conjugates? Okay. So we say that an expression containing a square root radical is in simplified form when there is no radicand with a perfect square and no radicals are in the denominator. Science uses bigger words. So it's in simplified form when there are no perfect square factors under your radical and you have no radicals in your denominator. No perfect squares, your radical is simplified, smallest number possible, and you have rationalized it such that there's no radical in the denominator. Is that in simplified form? Why not? Okay. What about that one? Why not? Okay. What about that one? Split it up. Can the square root of 12 be reduced? So that would be simplified form. Any questions on what simplified form is? Okay. So let's look at an example. So, is it in simplified form? No. Why not? Okay, so what do you think we should do? Okay, we're going to go back and practice that word real quick. Let's practice saying this word. Conjugate. 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 Let's say it again. Come on, everybody. Okay. All right, so. All right, so how are we going to use the conjugate? Okay. What about the top? You got to do it by the conjugate on top and bottom. Why? Why? What is negative 4 minus square root of 3 over negative 4 minus square root of 3? So have we changed the value of our expression? Okay, so what would we have in the numerator? Okay. What? Something might. Okay, let's distribute it. We'd have 16. Wait, you gotta distribute it. We did that, so plus 4 square roots of 3. Why do they cancel? All right, good. So what do we have in our numerator? What's in our denominator? Is that in simplified form? So that's your answer. Y'all see how that works? Let's look at one more example. All right, so what are we going to multiply this one by? Y minus instead of a plus. Not the opposite, the conjugate. We have to use the conjugate to get the radical. Negative 2 squared root of 3 minus square root of 2. Okay, so what would we have for our numerator? Minus. Okay, so in our numerator, what would we have? Okay, 4 squared root of 9, square root of 9 is 3. Minus 2 squared root of 6 plus 2 squared root of 6 minus the square root of 4, which is 2. Y'all see how that works? All right. Should they always cancel? If they don't, you've done something wrong. Okay, so what do we have in our numerator? And, all right, that would be your answer. Now, what if this had been a 4? And it'd be okay. So you do want to make sure to check, see if it'll reduce. Yeah, it goes away. All right, so see if you can try this one all by yourself. Any questions on that one? All right, let's try one more practice problem. See if you can work this one again, all by yourself. What did you get? So those would cancel, and you would have 18 minus 3. And then your 15 over 15 would cancel, and the 5 would all reduce down by 5. Does that make sense? Any other questions on radical denominators? All right, so when is your homework due?
Friday.
Why Friday? What is your test prove? All right, so turn to your book